I'm Amber, I'm an artist, and I love Led Zeppelin. I started listening to them when I was about 16 years old. Shout out to Chris Hill for that introduction. According to Spotify, I continue to be a top fan 18 years after I began burning their music onto CDs. At 16, music was one way of working through emotions that I didn't really have language for yet. And I didn't know it at the time, but I was developing a real love for blues. Led Zeppelin's sound is deeply rooted in blues. And obviously every band member is integral to the sound of Led Zeppelin, but for me, Robert Plant's singing and harmonica playing is kind of like the emotional lightning rod of it all. And I really love how much credit and respect he gives to artists that influence him. He's still making music and ripping on the harmonica at 77 years old. I came across this photo of Robert Plant holding a dove by Led Zeppelin's tour photographer Neal Preston. I knew right away that I wanted to paint it. His wild hair and 70s outfit and the soft blurry background, and there's this juxtaposition of a beer and cigarette in one hand and then this dove being tenderly held in the other. Epic. It's just epic. This photo is from a concert in 1973 in San Francisco. Neal tells a story about how they released 6 white doves at the end of Stairway to Heaven, and one of the doves did a low fly over the audience and then turned back to the stage. Robert held out his hand and the dove flew back and landed there. It wasn't trained or staged, and the bird stayed about 5 seconds. Just long enough for Neal to get this really iconic image. Most of this portrait was painted with an airbrush in one color. I knew that I wanted to do something a little different for the dove, so pulling from some Stairway to Heaven lyrics, "All that glitters is gold," I decided to cover the dove in gold leaf. I really didn't like the first attempt at that, so I carefully removed it, and then I tried a different adhesive and gold leaf. And at first I was just gonna leave most of the gold leaf showing and just really loosely paint a dove over top, very abstract. But the really overwhelming warmth of the gold leaf didn't work with the cool tone of the painting underneath, or the rest of the painting. And so I just kept layering with a brush in my hand, layering transparent layers of paint and getting pretty realist with the dove painting over top until almost all of the gold leaf is covered. You could say that the gold leaf was a waste, but especially in person you can really see it's almost like it's glowing. It catches the light in a way that paint alone never could, and it adds this warmth and depth as you move around the piece. Almost like the dove is lit from within. It's subtle, not flashy, but once you notice it, you feel it, this luminosity, and I really think that it works well. It adds a sense of presence and life that really can't be replicated in a photo, unfortunately. I wish you could see this painting up close in person. You could if you bought it. Just adds this really subtle but epic touch to a really epic portrait of Robert Plant. This painting is called "Everything Still Turns to Gold."